Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. How are you going to prepare your dog for the arrival of your newborn baby? Well, you need to start early. Don't wait until just a couple weeks before the baby's due. We need to start at least 3 months before the due date. And in this video, I'm going to give you lots of exercises and tips to help you to train your dog and also to help your dog not to be jealous, not to feel like they're being neglected, but to feel like the baby is the best thing that has ever happened. So let's get started. We offer you positive, effective training tips to help you train your dog. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please press the subscribe button and ring the bell to receive all the episodes. So we're going to divide this video into 3 sections. First, more than 3 months before the baby's born. The next one will be less than 3 months, and the third one will be the baby's arrival. So more than 3 months before your baby's born, you have to get busy. You need to teach your dog not to jump up. And if you've allowed your dog to jump on you, then you have to teach your dog to sit when they approach you. Now, this is not my Italian Greyhound, but this is a stock photo. But you see the dog jumping off of the stomach of the woman that's pregnant. Now this is dangerous. So what you want to do is teach your dog to sit. Work very hard at it so that they sit for their meals and they sit for everything. It's like saying, please sit and I will give you something. Now you see the beagle starting to jump up in the first picture, and then by the second picture, the dog is sitting. I will put links to all the videos that will give you help in teaching these exercises. Second thing you want to think about is your dog laying on the sofa? Are you going to lay your baby down on the sofa? It becomes dangerous if your baby's on the sofa, as you see in this picture, and a dog jumps up. Now look at this dog laying in the chair. If you allow your dog to lay on the furniture, there's no reason why they won't think that they can lay on the furniture when your baby's on it. So either prevent your dog from getting on the furniture completely or give them a chair that they can lay on. Now you can teach your dog to lay on their mat. Here's a picture of a dog laying on their mat while the woman is sitting on the sofa. These are basic exercises that should be done in advance to help your dog so that it's not a quick hurry up, try to change your dog's routine. A third really important exercise to teach your dog during this time is wait. You see the dog here stopping right at the doorway and not moving. This is what your dog needs to learn. So if you say wait and you don't want them to go into the baby's room or you don't want them to come forward, they should freeze. Now I'll put a link above to teaching your dog wait. Leave it is such an important exercise to teach your dog at this time. You don't ever want them to pick up the baby's toys. You want to work very hard to make sure that your dog understands leave it. Here is a dog stealing a donut off the table. You want your dog to understand leave it means do not touch. So here is a dog being taught leave it. You want to work very hard with the baby's toys as it gets closer to the arrival of the baby. And so that when you pick up one of the baby's toys and you say leave it, your dog immediately backs away. This is a great time to substitute any of your dog's toys that look like baby toys. Substitute them so there's no confusion and your dog will never pick up one of your baby's toys by mistake thinking that it is his. You can also take and put just a dab of Listerine on one of your baby's toys just to tell your dog that if it smells like this, they're not going to touch it. Sarah, who I worked with before she had her first child, was so concerned that her beagle Oliver would be stealing all of the baby's toys because that's all he did. He loved toys. What she found was that Oliver never touched one of the baby's toys. He knew that the baby's toys were different and he was not going to pick them up. So your dog really wants to be part of this process and be part of your family. They may want to lay with you and gently put their chin on your stomach just so they can get to know their little brother and sister. This is a great time for bonding, and take that time and give your dog attention. During these months before your baby's arrival, this is also time to address any behavioral issues. If you have a dog who's guarding his food bowl or his bed or has any problems, then please contact a positive professional dog trainer to help you resolve those issues before the baby is born. Do you have a friend or a cousin, a relative that has a new baby or an infant or a toddler? This is the time to help your dog to know that when they see a baby, how they're going to react. The important thing is that you give yourself enough distance from the baby. Now, these pictures are horrible, not because anybody got hurt, but because this baby is way too close to these dogs. In the first picture, the father is holding the baby and the baby's reaching out to pet the dog. But look at this dog's eyes. This dog is very uncomfortable. And then look at the second picture where the dog definitely looks like they are unsure as the baby is trying to pet them. You don't want to put your dog in a situation where they are afraid of your baby. So back up. Put a gate in between when you go to visit those relatives or friends. Put your dog on one side of the gate and have the baby play on the other side. When the baby's playing, this is the time to feed your dog some yummy treats. You're associating the baby with food with good things. When your dog is near an infant or a toddler, observe your dog's reaction. There are many dogs that love kids, and maybe your dog does. In that case, great. Just give them a little bit more exposure to children of different ages. Everything from a young infant to a toddler to a preschooler, school age, just so your dog feels really comfortable around kids. If your dog is unsure when they are around little children, then put some distance between the dog and the child and let your dog observe the child. Feed them, praise them for no reaction. Help your dog to believe that these little people running around, which move so differently than adults, are really quite wonderful because they mean great, yummy treats for your dog. It is now 3 months before your baby is due. Now is the time to get yourself a baby doll. Hold the baby doll as if it's a real baby. Don't swing it by its arm as John walked into one of my sessions holding his baby doll, swinging it. And I said, no, John, you have to hold the baby like it's a real baby. You walk around your house. Ask your dog to sit every time they approach you when you are holding the real baby. Give your dog even more attention when you're holding the baby. Get some treats, and when you're walking around the house and your dog walks up to you and sits, give them a treat. Let them know that's the behavior you want. Your dog should sit and lie down in front of you every time you have the baby. If you sit down on the couch, your dog should sit in front of you, not on the couch. When you get your baby carriage or your stroller, this is the time to put your baby doll in the stroller and set it up in your house. You can see this stroller sitting. Lock it, put some food around it, and let your dog realize that this stroller is a good thing. Then unlock the stroller wheels and move it a little bit and keep feeding your dog. You want your dog to think that when the stroller moves, it's not scary. As Sarah said to me when she was working with me, my neighbors laughed at me, but then they said, you must be working with Joyce. Because Sarah would then take her baby stroller and her baby doll, put it in the stroller, and she and Oliver would go for a walk down the street. This is a great way to help your dog to learn how to walk with the stroller before there's an actual real baby in it. Here's a picture of a woman with a golden retriever walking her dog with the stroller, and also a woman with a small white dog also taking a walk with a stroller. I mentioned downloading an audio file off your iPhone of baby sounds. Here is how you condition your dog to like the baby sounds. You start playing them at the very lowest level when you cannot even hear them. And you play them while your dog is doing something they really like. Maybe it's while they're eating their dinner. Maybe it's while they're playing with a ball. But you want them to have no reaction. No big deal. And when you are playing these baby sounds, you are conditioning your dog to know that the baby sounds are good. Then continue to increase the volume of the baby sounds until you can blast them all over the house. If your dog is eating their dinner or playing or chewing on his bone, and your dog is not going to be upset. Here's one thing a lot of people don't think about. Do you talk to your dog and you say, oh, aren't you my good little boy or good girl? Oh, you are so my baby. Now, what's your dog going to think when you're leaning over the bassinet and say, oh, aren't you so adorable, my good little girl? Of course, your dog's going to come running. So you have to think about now how to change the names, the pet names that you call your dog. Good guy, good dog, good pup, whatever you want. But if you know that you're going to have a boy and your dog's a girl, then you're okay. But if you don't know, then change the names so there's no confusion and no jealousy when you're talking to your good little girl. You are just so good, and your dog comes running for attention because that's what they're used to. Help your dog out so your dog is already conditioned to know that his pet name is good dog or good pup. As it gets closer to the arrival of the baby, are you preparing a nursery? Is this a room that your dog has been in before? Then we need to teach your dog that they are either going to come in the nursery or stay out. That's your decision. If you want them to stay out, then you need to put a baby gate up. And your dog needs to learn that they don't go past that baby gate. If you are going to let them in the baby's room, then they need to learn to come in and sit or lie down and remain calm while you're in there. And remember, don't leave the diaper pail open, because that's a real invitation. Here is a picture of a lab puppy and other dogs sitting outside the door of the baby's nursery. You can teach your dog to stay out. They can be very happy out there, and your dog will not have to be in the nursery. Now here is a photo I found, which I hope no one ever does this. Don't ever do this. This woman is taking the baby's block and teasing the dog so that the dog will grab the block. And then, of course, the dog picks up the block and moves away with it. So you've now taught your dog to take the baby's toys. Remember, teach your dog leave it so that every time you say leave it, your dog will automatically either not pick up the toy or drop it immediately. So it's the day of the baby's arrival. Prepare ahead of time so that you have a family member or a neighbor that can watch your dog while you are both at the hospital. When the baby's born, first thing I would do is take the receiving blanket, bring it home with you, put it on the floor, and let your dog sniff it. Now, your dog probably already knows the scent of the baby because he's been sitting, putting his chin on your stomach so that he really knows a lot about the baby. But let him explore the blanket. Now it's time to bring the baby into the house. You're in the car, you're holding the baby. First thing, give the baby to someone else in the car, and you go inside and say hello to your dog. Sit in the chair. If you are having trouble walking, let your dog come over, love them, cuddle them, tell them how wonderful they are. They missed you. You were away. You were in the hospital. And when your dog is calm and relaxed, allow someone else to walk inside with your baby. Let them put the baby into your arms. Your dog should be on a leash so that they can't just jump up at the baby out of excitement. So your dog's on a harness and leash, someone's holding the leash. The person who was in the car holding the baby walks inside with your baby, puts the baby into your arms, and then it should be a no big deal. Let your dog sniff, and then no big deal. Dog goes and lays down. If you find that your dog is too excited, then remove your dog for a minute. Let them relax and bring your dog in at a little further distance from you and your baby. Give them some time to chill and then see if you can get your dog a little closer. Let them do a sniff. Don't dangle the baby down to the dog, please, so that they have the head or something to sniff. Keep the baby up. Let the dog just sniff a little bit, maybe of a toe, and then that's it. The dog has an opportunity to go and relax, and you can cuddle with your baby. If your dog shows any excitement, then put your dog into another room and let them relax. Most dogs accept a new baby without any problem. They'll sniff, they'll say hello, and they'll be excited. They'll be more excited about the people that are coming in that are new to their routine. So make sure you try to keep your dog's routine the same as possible, even if you have to hire a dog walker. Get them out, get them some exercise. But if you have your mother or someone staying with you, then it's going to be a little different for your dog. But most dogs are fine, they accept it, they love the baby, and as you can see in these pictures, here's a dog laying on an ottoman while the mom is feeding the baby. And also, here's Granny feeding the baby as the dog is nearby. If you have any problems or any concerns with your dog and the baby, please contact a positive professional dog trainer to help you to resolve the issues. And remember, it is crucial that you never leave your baby and your dog unsupervised. The most well-meaning dog may put a paw or jump up or do something in excitement, and you don't ever want your baby to be injured. Here's a picture of a dog and a mom and a baby, and the caption says it all. I love my baby. If you know someone who's going to have a baby, then please forward this link to them. And I hope these tips have helped you to prepare your dog for the arrival of your newborn baby. Here is a video that may help you on stay and wait training, and also a video playlist on Leave It. Please remember, subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you receive all the episodes. Thank you, and bye from Joyce at Diamond Dog Training. Bye-bye.